Business relationships and contracts form the foundation of commerce. But what happens when someone deliberately disrupts these agreements? In California, this is known as intentional interference with contractual relations, a form of tortious interference that can lead to significant legal liability. Tortious interference encompasses both intentional and negligent actions that disrupt contracts or economic relationships. California law recognizes three distinct types: interference with contractual relations, interference with prospective economic advantage, and negligent interference with prospective economic advantage. To establish a claim for intentional interference with contractual relations, 5 key elements must be proven. First, a legitimate contract must have existed between the plaintiff and a third party. Second, the defendant must have known about this contract. Third, the defendant must have intentionally acted to cause a breach of the contractual relationship. Fourth, an actual breach or disruption of the contract must have occurred. And fifth, this breach must have resulted in damages to the plaintiff. This specific tort claim requires an enforceable contract. Without one, the plaintiff would need to pursue a claim for interference with prospective economic advantage instead. This alternative claim involves interference with potential future economic benefits, not just formal contracts. When defending against claims of intentional interference, several legal strategies may be employed. A defendant might argue they lacked knowledge of the contract, had no intent to interfere, or that their actions were justified by legitimate business interests. Other defenses include proving no actual breach occurred, challenging the validity of the underlying contract, or asserting that the statute of limitations has expired. The California Civil Jury Instructions, known as CACI, provide standardized guidance to juries evaluating these claims. CACI number 22. 01 specifically outlines the elements required for intentional interference with contractual relations, ensuring consistent application of the law. For intentional interference with prospective economic advantage, the plaintiff must demonstrate an economic relationship with potential future benefits, the defendant's knowledge of this relationship, intentional disruption, actual disruption, and resulting economic harm. Unlike contractual interference claims, this does not require proof of a written contract. Negligent interference claims differ slightly, requiring proof that the defendant knew or should have known their actions would disrupt an economic relationship, and that their conduct was independently wrongful beyond the interference itself. What constitutes independently wrongful conduct? Actions like fraud, defamation, or misappropriation of trade secrets qualify as independently wrongful acts that can support interference claims. The consequences for tortious interference can be substantial. Damages may include compensatory recovery for all resulting harm, including lost profits, mental distress, expenses, and damage to business reputation. In cases where the defendant acted with malice, oppression, or fraud, punitive damages may be awarded. Courts can also grant injunctive relief to prevent future interference. Real-world examples of tortious interference include client poaching, where a competitor convinces a client to break an exclusive service agreement; supplier interference, where a third party persuades a supplier to terminate a distribution agreement; and employee raiding, where a former employer encourages current employees under contract to leave their positions. Businesses can protect themselves by implementing several preventative measures. Using clear written contracts reduces ambiguity. Educating staff about legal boundaries regarding client and vendor interactions helps prevent unintentional interference. Including non-solicitation and confidentiality clauses in agreements provides additional protection. Documenting all business communications creates evidence of good faith actions. and seeking legal review of competitive business strategies can prevent costly missteps. Understanding the nuances of intentional interference with contractual relations is essential for California businesses. By recognizing the elements required for a claim, potential defenses, and preventative measures, companies can better navigate competitive markets while minimizing legal exposure. When disputes arise, consulting with experienced legal counsel can help protect valuable business relationships and economic interests.